Happy Tuesday. Yeah, there we go. Dreamers, another blessed and grateful day. January is starting off with a lot of abundance, getting ready for a credible year for all of us in 2026. And as you can see, topic for today. So it's going to be a good one. I'm excited. Let me know, what is everybody grateful for coming into today? Grateful to be alive, grateful for the sun, to be able to breathe, to be able to be outside. You know, there's individuals that are literally locked inside of four white walls, whether it be a hospital bed, inside of a cell, and they would do anything to be able to go out and take literally a breath of air for 5 minutes just to go ahead and soak it in. So today, I highly encourage you to go ahead and think about all of the things that we take for granted. How many would give a lot of things to be in our shoes right here, right now? So I'm feeling it right now. Now I actually have somebody going through this, so it's hitting home pretty hard. But it's just another reminder, right? We can talk about the hows all day long, but the how never really gets somebody to move. The real root factor is always the why. The how is irrelevant when the why is big and powerful enough. So let's go ahead and get into it. For today's topic, why do most people end up only seeing 1% of life? And this is actually from not myself. This is from Jim Rohn, the legend himself. And it really at home, there was an audio he was discussing about this morning. I'll go ahead and drop it down in the chat so you guys can see it. But if you think about it, you know, even for me, I went to college. I went the normal route, right? The American dream. You go to high school, you go to college, you go out and you get a typical $15 to $25 an hour job. And we pay bills and we do that for the next 40 years and we end up calling that life. And I finally got out of college and I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That's not living, that's just existing. And I started asking so many questions. How do all of us have bachelor's degrees and we're making $15, $25 an hour? How does somebody have a PhD and they're paying loans back until they're 55 years old? So these are questions that really started getting me going. And then I looked at the percenters, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the Leonardo DiCaprios, the Oprah Winfreys, all of these one percenters. And I started studying them and I saw, they say success leaves clues unless you're clueless, and there's patterns. A lot of them might have had a 9-to-5 job, but they were being on their craft on the side. Okay, here's a perfect story. I don't know if you guys know Les Brown, the famous, one of the biggest motivational speakers ever lived. Les Brown was so determined to go ahead and get on the radio, he would go up and he would go to the radio station. And he was trying to get a job, and the owner kept saying, don't come back here, we're full, we don't need you. And he would go back again and again and again. And he's like, you know what, whatever it takes, I'll be a freaking janitor if you guys need me to. I'll go ahead and mop the floors, I'll clean up the bathrooms, do whatever it takes so I can get access to opportunity. And that's exactly what he did. He finally went over there after like 10 times showing up. He asked the owner, he's like, you know what? Give me a mop, give me whatever you need. I'm going to go make it happen. He's like, fine, here's the mop. Go ahead and go start cleaning. Get something done for me. And then the next day, he's like, you know what? Go ahead and go give me a little piece of coffee. And he started building this relationship. And a couple of weeks went by, and he finally got his opportunity where somebody was late to get on the radio. And he's like, you know what, Les Brown, you're up. You want to take the spot? He's like, absolutely. I've been waiting my whole life for this position. And it was that moment that he went on the air, and that instance blew up his whole career. That led to the man that we know today as Mr. Les Brown, from being a janitor, from being known as mentally, quote unquote, retarded, to now being a multi-millionaire, giving back and impacting countless lives. So the moral of the story is, none of us are really taught about wealth. None of us are taught about taxes. None of us are taught credit in school and in society from our friends or professors. But when I tell you, when I started getting around game, great associations, mentors, and environment, I started to see that it's true. A lot of us only see 1% of the world. You know, we're all taught to go ahead and trade time for money, right? But you see, the wealthy people, they're trading money for money. They're having their money be multiplied. They have access to different resources. They have access to be able to do things that the average person can't. So the whole idea of why I got into entrepreneurship is to be able to bridge that gap between the wealthy and the average Joes just like us, so we can actually see more than 1% everything that is actually available to us. Imagine if our whole life, picture this. Imagine if our whole life, this was our view. We thought it was bland. We thought it was boring. We thought there was nothing exciting. outside of what any of our to the unknown. As you see the thumbnail, it talks about the old everybody would do it. But the more we step out into our comfort zone, here's the beautiful part. Imagine this. As we take a step and as we continue to grow, the view starts to change and we start to open up our perspective to see, you know what? There is so much more than I ever thought was possible. Believe it or not, life can change in a matter of 90 days. Our finances, our health, our spiritual relationships, right? Places that we want to travel. All of this can start to change in a matter of 90 days by making a decision to dream much bigger, much sooner, and to be, do, and have whatever it is that we truly desire. That's why I say it every day at the end of the call. It's not just to say it, it's to really become that person, then go do the actions to have that result that we're looking for, whatever that may be, whatever area that you're looking to focus on in your life right now. Maybe it is your finances. Maybe it's your health. You want to really take care of your body. Maybe you want to get close with your creator and really go ahead and build that strong connection season like me. So everybody's going to be different, but whatever that is, I highly encourage you to get around those that are succeeding in that space. And if you don't have a mentor, reach out, because I am so thankful of the inner circle, of the access that we have here at the Dream Team to be able to have resources to expand our mind, to think bigger, to push ourselves, to get outside of our comfort zone, and to be able to draw a line in the sand. Enough is enough. I'm ready to go and step into my greatness. And if that's you, go ahead and drop a 5 down below, because I'm right there with you. We all have the ebbs and flows of life. I have things going on just like you. The difference is we can either react to it or we can respond with clarity, with purpose, and to know that everything happens for a reason. It's leading us to our higher version of ourselves. So if nobody told you today, fam, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Anything you need, we've got your back. Don't feel afraid to reach out with any questions. And as always, we can be, do, and have anything. We can hold it in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. And shout out to Shane for 1,300 plus days of consistency with the journaling. I'm proud of you, brother. The amount of manifestations that's been able to come into reality from those pages is just the beginning. I love it. I'll see y'all in a few. It's game time. Let's go.